Time is the one thief you'll never catch, unless you stop chasing it. Imagine a Roman emperor's discipline meeting the quiet rebellion of slow living. This isn't about doing less. It's about stealing back your life from a world addicted to speed. What if Seneca's ancient hourglass method could hack modern burnout? Or if your kitchen, stripped to just a knife and a pot, became a temple of focus? Picture Marcus Aurelius, journaling not to productivity grind, but to silence the noise of a fractured mind. Here's the radical truth. Stoicism isn't about enduring suffering. It's about engineering freedom. Freedom from clutter, from hurry, from the lie that more means better. This is how you outsmart chaos, one deliberate breath at a time. The clock is ticking, but now it's yours. We live in a world that worships speed. A world where busy is a badge of honor, and hustle is the anthem of the day. But what if the secret to true freedom isn't moving faster, but daring to move differently? Imagine a philosophy forged in ancient Rome, where emperors ruled empires with nothing but a pen and a scroll. A philosophy that taught them to thrive in chaos, not by fighting time, but by mastering it. This is Stoicism, not a relic of the past, but a rebellion for the present. Now, pair that with slow living, the art of savoring moments, not rushing through them. Together, they're not just ideas, they're a blueprint. A blueprint to hack a system designed to drain you. Think kitchens stripped to a single knife, where every meal becomes a meditation. Journals that aren't to-do lists, but mirrors for the soul. Winters embraced not as burdens, but as mentors. And wealth redefined not by what you own, but by what you've freed yourself from. This isn't about escaping modernity. It's about weaponizing simplicity to conquer it. Over the next few minutes, we'll dissect how Seneca's hourglass method outsmarts burnout, how Marcus Aurelius' journaling silences anxiety, and how a Roman emperor's frugality funds a life of purpose. The clock is ticking, but this time, it's not your enemy. Let's begin. Time is the one currency you can't earn back, no matter how hard you hustle. The Stoics knew this. Seneca, one of Rome's greatest thinkers, called life long if you know how to use it. But here's the twist. He wasn't talking about cramming more into your day. He was talking about depth. The Stoic Hourglass Method isn't about squeezing every second dry. It's about letting the sand fall where it matters most. Picture this, an hourglass, narrow at the center. The sand represents your time. Finite, slipping away, impossible to hold. Most of us try to flip the hourglass, to chase more sand. But the Stoics flipped the script. They asked, what if, instead of chasing time, you focused on what the sand passes through? That narrow center, that's your focus, your priorities, your why. For Seneca, this meant cutting out the trivial. He called it time poverty, the illusion of busyness that leaves you feeling empty. Imagine your day as an hourglass. How much sand is wasted on distractions? On meetings that could have been emails? On scrolling through feeds that leave you more drained than inspired? The Stoic Hourglass Method forces you to ask, is this moment worthy of my finite sand? This isn't just philosophy. It's a survival skill for the modern world. In an age of endless notifications and 24/7 demands, the hourglass reminds you, you don't need more time. You need fewer distractions. It's about saying no to the trivial so you can say yes to the profound. Whether it's an hour with your kids, a walk in nature, or a project that sets your soul on fire, this method teaches you to funnel your sand where it counts. So, here's the challenge. For one day, track your hourglass. Where does your sand go? Is it slipping through the cracks of distraction or flowing toward what truly matters? Because here's the truth Seneca knew. A life well lived isn't measured in hours. It's measured in moments that take your breath away. Imagine a Roman emperor sitting down to a meal. No lavish banquets. No endless courses. Just a simple plate of seasonal vegetables, a piece of bread, and perhaps a modest portion of fish. This wasn't deprivation, it was discipline. The Stoics believed that food, like all things, was a tool for cultivating virtue. Not indulgence, but nourishment. Not excess, but enough. And in today's world of endless takeout menus and pantry clutter, their approach feels almost revolutionary. Stoic minimalism in the kitchen isn't about eating less. It's about eating intentionally. It's about stripping away the noise of choice and focusing on what truly sustains you. Think of it as the slow food movement, but with a philosophical backbone. Seasonal, local ingredients aren't just a trend. They're a return to simplicity. A reminder that food isn't just fuel. It's a connection to the earth, to the rhythms of nature, and to the present moment. Take Marcus Aurelius, who famously wrote, "You don't need much to be happy." In the kitchen, this translates to fewer gadgets, fewer ingredients, and fewer decisions. A single sharp knife, a well-seasoned cast iron pan, a handful of fresh, in-season produce. This isn't just cooking, it's a meditation. A way to slow down and savor the process, not just the result. But here's the deeper truth. A minimalist kitchen is a rebellion against modern excess. It's a rejection of the idea that more options mean more happiness. Instead, it's about finding joy in the essentials. A perfectly ripe tomato, a slice of crusty bread, a meal shared with loved ones. These are the moments that align with Stoic virtue, temperance, gratitude, and mindfulness. So, the next time you step into your kitchen, ask yourself, what would a Roman emperor do? Would they reach for the frozen pizza, or take the time to roast a handful of vegetables? Would they clutter their countertops with gadgets, or keep only what they truly need? Because in the end, a Stoic kitchen isn't just about food. It's about reclaiming your time, your health, and your peace, one simple meal at a time. In a world that glorifies hustle, doing nothing feels like a crime. We fill every moment with tasks, notifications, and distractions, as if stillness were a luxury we can't afford. But what if the opposite were true? What if doing nothing isn't laziness, it's liberation? The Stoics, especially Epictetus, understood this deeply. For them, stillness wasn't idle, it was intentional. It was the space where clarity was born, where the noise of the world faded, and where you could hear your own thoughts again. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, knew the value of stillness better than anyone. He taught that true freedom isn't found in external achievements, but in the quiet moments of reflection. Imagine him sitting in his humble home, not scrolling, not multitasking, but simply being. To him, this wasn't wasted time, it was the foundation of wisdom. And in today's hyper-connected world, this practice feels almost radical. The art of doing nothing isn't about laziness or escapism. It's about reclaiming your mind from the tyranny of busyness. It's about carving out moments to sit with your thoughts, to ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? Or am I just reacting to the demands of others? This is where Stoic reflection meets modern minimalism. It's not about adding another habit to your to-do list. It's about subtracting the noise that drowns out your inner voice. But here's the catch. Doing nothing feels uncomfortable at first. It triggers guilt, as if you're breaking some unspoken rule of productivity. That guilt, though, is the hustle culture talking. It's the voice that says your worth is tied to your output. The Stoics would call this a lie. Your worth isn't in what you do, it's in who you are. And who you are becomes clear only in the stillness. So, try this. For 5 minutes today, do nothing. Sit, breathe, let your mind wander. It might feel strange, even wasteful, but that's the point. This is your rebellion, a quiet, defiant act against a world that never stops moving. Because sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is absolutely nothing at all. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful men, had a secret weapon, a diary. Not a polished memoir or a curated Instagram feed, but a raw, unfiltered conversation with himself. His meditations, written not for publication, but for reflection, reveal a man constantly questioning, learning, and growing. In today's world of endless noise and overthinking, his habit feels like a lifeline. Stoic journaling isn't about writing more, it's about thinking deeper. For modern overthinkers, journaling can feel overwhelming. Where do you start? What do you say? The Stoic approach cuts through the clutter. It's not about filling pages or crafting perfect prose. It's about asking yourself the right questions. Marcus didn't write to impress. He wrote to understand. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? What can I learn from this? These questions aren't just prompts. They're tools for clarity. But here's the twist. Stoic journaling is slow by design. It's not a race to fill a notebook or a checklist to complete. It's a quiet, deliberate practice that aligns with slow living. Imagine sitting with a cup of tea, pen in hand, and simply reflecting on your day. No pressure, no judgment, just you and your thoughts. This isn't just journaling. It's a form of meditation, a way to untangle the knots in your mind and find peace in the process. The beauty of Stoic journaling lies in its simplicity. You don't need fancy tools or hours of free time. A few minutes, a single question, and a willingness to be honest with yourself are enough. It's about creating a space where you can pause, reflect, and reconnect with your values. In a world that demands constant output, this practice is a quiet rebellion. A reminder that growth isn't about doing more, it's about understanding better. So, tonight, try this. Before bed, write down one thing you learned today. Not a grand revelation, but a small insight. A moment of kindness. A lesson from a mistake. A reminder of what truly matters. Because, as Marcus Aurelius showed us, the act of writing isn't just about recording life, it's about refining it. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, was a merchant who lost everything in a shipwreck. But instead of despairing, he found freedom. Stripped of his wealth, he discovered that true riches weren't in gold or possessions. They were in time, peace, and self-sufficiency. His story isn't just ancient history. It's a blueprint for modern life. Stoic frugality isn't about deprivation. It's about liberation. It's about living below your means to fund the greatest luxuries of all. Time to think, space to breathe, and the freedom to live intentionally. In a world obsessed with more, frugality feels like a radical act. But the Stoics saw it differently. To them, wealth wasn't measured by what you owned, but by what you didn't need. Imagine a life where your bank account isn't just a number, but a tool. A tool to buy back your time, to say no to soul-crushing jobs, and to say yes to slow living's quiet joys. This isn't about pinching pennies. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. Think of it this way. Every dollar you don't spend on unnecessary things is a dollar you can invest in experiences, relationships, or even a simpler, slower lifestyle. A smaller home means less cleaning. Fewer possessions mean less clutter. A modest car means less debt. These aren't sacrifices, they're choices. Choices that align with Stoic virtues like temperance and wisdom. Choices that free you from the endless cycle of earning and spending. But here's the deeper truth. Stoic frugality isn't just about money. It's about mindset. It's about recognizing that the pursuit of more often leaves you with less. Less time, less peace, less joy. By living below your means, you're not just saving money, you're reclaiming your life. You're creating a buffer against chaos, a cushion for uncertainty, and a foundation for freedom. So, ask yourself, what would Zeno do? Would he chase the latest gadget, or invest in a quiet afternoon with a good book? Would he trade his peace for a promotion, or choose a simpler life with room to breathe? Because in the end, Stoic frugality isn't about having less. It's about needing less, and in that needlessness, finding everything. In a world that never stops moving, the wisdom of the Stoics offers a lifeline, a way to slow down, simplify, and reclaim what truly matters. From Seneca's Hourglass Method, teaching us to prioritize depth over speed, to Marcus Aurelius' journaling practice, helping us untangle the chaos of overthinking, these ancient philosophies are more relevant than ever. We've explored how a minimalist kitchen can turn meals into meditations, how the art of doing nothing becomes a rebellion against hustle culture, and how Stoic frugality funds the greatest luxuries of all, time and peace. These aren't just ideas, they're tools. Tools to help you live with intention, clarity, and freedom. Tools to help you slow down in a world that's always rushing. But this is just the beginning. If these ideas resonated with you, there's so much more to explore. On this channel, we dive deep into the art of extreme minimalism, the timeless principles of Stoicism, and the quiet power of simple living. Whether you're looking to declutter your mind, simplify your life, or find peace in the chaos, you'll find something here to inspire you. So, hit that subscribe button and let's continue this journey together. Because life isn't about doing more, it's about living better. And sometimes, the best way to move forward is to slow down.